The Lok Sabha Speaker's post will see an election after talks between the ruling BJP-led NDA and the opposition broke down, even though both sides reached a consensus initially. While the NDA has picked BJP MP Om Birla as the candidate, the opposition has decided to field veteran Congress leader K. Suresh.
NDA versus India. The battle lines are drawn in Parliament. And it is the election of the Lok Sabha Speaker that has become the big flashpoint. On Tuesday morning, NDA proposed Om Birla's name for the post. Top BJP netas accompanied him as he filed his nomination. Hours later, the opposition bloc fielded K. Suresh as its own contender for the Speaker post.
The government is breaking the convention of the Lok Sabha. Speaker post will be the ruling party, then Deputy Speaker will come to opposition. That Deputy Speaker is they are not ready to give it to opposition. That's why we are contesting to Speaker post.
The opposition is clear that it will support Om Birla's candidature only if it is promised the Deputy Speaker's post. So far, there is no consensus on that.
पूरे ऑपोजिशन ने कहा है कि हम स्पीकर को सपोर्ट करेंगे, मगर कन्वेंशन ये है कि डेप्यूटी स्पीकर ऑपोजिशन को मिलना चाहिए।
का उपाध्यक्ष कौन होगा वो पहले तय करे, फिर अध्यक्ष के लिए समर्थन मिलेगा। इस प्रकार की राजनीति को हम की निंदा करते हैं और मुझे लगता है कि अच्छी परंपरा ये रहती कि लोकसभा निर्विरोध एक सर्वसम्मति से अध्यक्ष चुनता।
तो ये जो आदान प्रदान करके ये पद ये पार्टी ले लो वो पद ये पार्टी, ऐसा स्पीकर और डिप्टी स्पीकर को नहीं कर सकते। कांग्रेस ने अगर नामांकन भराया तो दुख की बात है, क्योंकि स्पीकर पद को लेकर के आज तक चुनाव नहीं हुआ है।
We are ready to support speaker suggested by the BJP or the government side, provided they should also honor the opposition status. And UPA was in power 10 years. All the 10 years we given deputy speaker to NDA, BJP. There is no problem for that at all.
The India Alliance claims the opposition has been insulted and that the Modi government can't be trusted.
अभी सब सामने आ रही चीजें, जो विपक्ष की मांग यही थी कि उपाध्यक्ष विपक्ष का हो। जो हमारी राय पार्टी की है वो है कि उपाध्यक्ष विपक्ष का हो और बाकी बातें अभी सब सामने।
But another key ally, the TMC, says that the decision to field K. Suresh was taken by the Congress unilaterally.
लेकिन अभी कोई
कांटेक्ट नहीं किया है, कोई बातचीत नहीं हुआ है, and unfortunately this has been a unilateral decision.
प्रैक्टिस है कि रूलिंग पार्टी के पास स्पीकर की होनी जाती है और अपोजिशन के पास डिप्टी स्पीकर की जाती थी। मोदी साहब के रिजीम में कि अपोजिशन को डिप्टी स्पीकर की देने के बाद उसका स्वीकार उन्होंने किया नहीं।
This will be the only third time since independence that elections for the Lok Sabha Speaker will be held. The Speaker is elected by a simple majority, so the NDA has an advantage when it comes to the numbers, with 293 seats. The opposition India Alliance has 233 seats. With Ashutosh and Piyush Mishra in Delhi, Bureau Report, India Today.
And we have some news just coming in. NDA leaders are going to be meeting Home Minister Amit Shah in Parliament. NDA leaders and Amit Shah to meet to discuss the election of the Speaker election to be held tomorrow at 11 a.m. Himanshu Mishra is getting us more details on that story. Go back to him in a moment from now, but the leaders of the NDA are to meet the Home Minister in Parliament to discuss the way forward. Remember, there was consensus earlier, then zero consensus, a conflict, and now there is going to be, in fact, a candidate from the opposition side as well, challenging the NDA's candidate. Himanshu is getting us more details on that. Himanshu, essentially, ये जो मीटिंग है इस पर क्या रुख रहेगा, किस तरह की प्लानिंग की जाएगी ताकि नंबर्स जो है वो इंटैक्ट रहे एनडीए के लिए, ओम बिरला के इलेक्शन के लिए। कल है इलेक्शन और इसकी जो है स्ट्रैटेजी ये बनाई जा रही है।
हाँ देखिए, बिल्कुल एनडीए ये जरूर चाहेगा कि उनकी टैली है 292 की उसको कैसे बढ़ाया जाए, और दूसरी तरफ अपोजिशन जरूर चाहेगा कि उनकी जो टैली है 237 की उसको कैसे बढ़ाया जाए। तो आज शाम को इंडिया ब्लॉक की मीटिंग है मल्लिकार्जुन खड़गे के घर पर, और 5 बजे जो है गृह मंत्री अमित शाह के रूम में एनडीए के फ्लोर लीडर्स की बैठक है, जिसमें ललन सिंह, जीतन राम मांझी, चिराग पासवान, अनुप्रिया पटेल, ये तमाम लोग रहने वाले हैं। और ये डिस्कस होगा कि किस तरीके से जो है वो भारतीय जनता पार्टी इस स्पीकर का जो चुनाव है, जो पहले ही सेशन के अंदर ये कहें कि एक फ्लोर टेस्ट है सरकार के लिए, अपनी नंबर्स को चेक करने के लिए। 292 का आंकड़ा है, उनके पास बहुमत से 20 नंबर ज्यादा है, लेकिन कहीं ना कहीं भारतीय जनता पार्टी की कोशिश होगी कि 300 अबाव नंबर जो है वो इसमें जोड़े जाएं, क्योंकि भारतीय जनता पार्टी ये बखूबी जानती है कि नॉर्थ ईस्ट में बहुत से ऐसे छोटे छोटे दल हैं जो उनके साथ आ सकते हैं या पूर्व में उनके साथ रहे हैं। 290 मतलब 2024 से पूर्व में उनके साथ रहे हैं, जैसे मिजोरम फ्रंट है, सिक्किम है, ये तमाम इस तरीके के उनके गठबंधन के साथी हैं जो उनके साथ अगर आते हैं तो उनकी टैली बढ़ेगी। और भारतीय जनता पार्टी ये संदेश जरूर देना चाहेगी अपोजिशन को कि उनके संख्या बल जरूर बढ़ी है, लेकिन एनडीए की ताकत अभी भी उतनी है जितनी पिछली थी। हाँ, ये जरूर है कि इंडिया ब्लॉक जो है वो जरूर चाहेगा कि नंबर्स का जो डिफरेंस है वो कम हो जाए, और वो भी ये जरूर चाहेंगे कि उनके आंकड़े ज्यादा से ज्यादा नजर आए। और इसीलिए एनडीए के फ्लोर लीडर्स की बैठक अमित शाह ने बुलाई है, और दूसरी तरफ जो है इंडिया ब्लॉक के फ्लोर लीडर्स की बैठक जो है वो शाम को मल्लिकार्जुन खड़गे के घर पे है।
जी बिल्कुल, meetings on both sides. In fact, both sides from the India bloc in the meeting on the NDA front as well. Himanshu, shukriya हमारे साथ जुड़ने के लिए. So let's tell our viewers a little more about the election of the speaker and the deputy speaker, and what exactly then does the constitution say. Lok Sabha to choose 2 members of House, one as the speaker, the other one as a deputy speaker. The speaker and the deputy speaker must be a member of the House. That is essential. Speaker's name is proposed by the Prime Minister or Parliament Affairs Minister. The person is elected by a simple majority of members voting in House. Essentially, it is in fact the majority who get their choice of the Speaker. Speaker election date is fixed by the President of India. The Deputy Speaker election is fixed by the Speaker. Deputy Speaker is elected by a simple majority of members voting in the House. So why this fight really? Let's tell you a little about the role and powers of the Speaker, the final interpreter of the provisions of the Constitution. That's what the Speaker does. Presides over a joint sitting of the 2 houses of Parliament. Can adjourn House during absence or 1/10 of total strength. Also, casts his vote in case of a tie when the House is divided. Decides whether a bill is a money bill or not, and his decision is absolutely final. Decides on disqualification of a member of the House. Joining me right now is National Spokesperson of the Bharatiya Janata Party, R.P. Singh, is with us. Thank you for your time. Wing Commander Anuma Acharya, Spokesperson of the Congress, is also with us. Thank you both for joining us. I want to begin by asking Wing Commander Anuma Acharya, what really changed? Because it did appear until today morning that the opposition, in fact, is not going to put up a candidate and isn't going to be a contest really. Is there a sense of mistrust that the Congress has with the BJP-led central government? What is it that changed the decision of the opposition?
Good evening, Sneha. The origin of entire discourse revolves around having a deputy speaker from the opposition. It is an essential requirement for a democracy of accountability, and our Article 93 for the Speaker and Deputy Speaker of Lok Sabha clearly states that as soon as possible the House of the People shall elect 2 members to serve as the Speaker and Deputy Speaker respectively. So Honorable Prime Minister in fact doesn't believe in a politics of accountability. That is the problem. And BJP, and especially Prime Minister Modi, is known for deviating from the main course, be it the issue of farmers' protest, be it an issue of when you ask questions on China's incursion on our territory, or scheme Agnipath, or GST implementation. He doesn't want questions to be raised. And everybody has seen 147 MPs have been taken out from the parliament because speaker of their choice. And from 2019, this is the first term in which there was no deputy speaker. So don't you think that for an accountability in democracy, for answerability, for more responsible governance, the deputy speaker is required, and that is where the crux of the matter stays. So this is what is our thing. Our issue is they must have a deputy speaker, established deputy speaker also elected, but that is from the opposition's parties.
Okay.
So BJP government doesn't have a credibility because haven't they claimed that they will give 15 lakh rupees to every person? Have they given? No. They have talked about 2 crores job per year. Have they given? No.
Let me bring in RP Singh. RP Singh, today in the morning, when
there is no credibility. This is what is our basic point.
Okay. No credibility. You know, that's what Rahul Gandhi also spoke about, RP Singh. The first thing in the morning, that we haven't got a call. We said that we will, offer support to your candidate if at all you give us that courtesy also of letting us have our own candidate for the deputy speaker. But that call was not forthcoming. And that's the reason why there is mistrust. He spoke about it, कि प्रधानमंत्री कहते कुछ और है और करते कुछ और है, is what Rahul Gandhi said. RP Singh, why this reluctance in having the deputy speaker in parliament?
Well, it's less of mistrust, more of politics, and more politics of one-man upset. Mr. Rahul Gandhi, from the day one itself, he carried the book of constitution. He carried the constitution along and to show people that, oh, I'm with constitution. On the oath ceremony also, they carried the book of constitution. Although they have never abided by the constitution themselves, people who misuse the constitution, who
the provision of the deputy speaker is there in the rule book. Mr. RP Singh, my question to you was, why the reluctance, why no commitment? If the opposition did say, you're not answering my question. I just asked you that when the opposition said, and there were enough indications that the opposition is supporting your candidate for the post of the speaker, no challenge, no contest, is what they indicated. But give us our post of the deputy speaker. Why the reluctance?
Well, I'll start from where you stopped me. Today is 25th June, a black day in Indian history, in political history of India, in the democratic history of India, where constitution was thrown in dustbin by the Congress party, and it was my way and highway of Indira Gandhi, where he put more than 1 lakh people in jail, 10,000 political prisoners. So they have no right to.
We're not discussing the emergency, Mr. RP Singh. You're not answering my question. We're not discussing emergency. I'm just asking you, why the reluctance?
You spoke about, did you speak about constitution? Did you speak about that is mentioned in the constitution? So I was telling that they don't believe in constitution. People who don't believe in constitution, then they don't have right to show the book of constitution and tell what is there in the constitution. And also, there will be a deputy speaker. Who's saying there won't be a deputy speaker? And there could have been a chance that deputy speaker could have been from the opposition. But had the election on for deputy speaker? No, it is the election for the speaker, because they want to play the politics of confrontation. They are not still prepared to believe that they are being given assigned to a role of opposition, not of the ruling party, not of serving the people of the country. It is the Prime Minister Modi under the NDA which has been given a chance to serve the people of the country, not Mr. Rahul Gandhi. But he is still in that mind frame that, oh, BJP has lost election, Modi ji has lost election, so we will decide, we will dictate. It's not going to happen that way. I mean, it's the number which matters.
There will
Today
be.
We have the number
You're saying that you're going to let that happen.
More to that.
You're going to let that happen. The post of the deputy speaker won't be vacant like the last elections, like the last Lok Sabha, like the 17th Lok Sabha, where there was no deputy speaker.
Well, where did I say there is no chance of deputy speaker? This could have been discussed when the election for the deputy speaker would have come. But they want to show that they are they want to oppose everything every decision which government takes. So they are doing that, whether it was a pro-tem speaker, whether it was a speaker. Now we have to understand that they are in that mind that they are the ruling party. They have been given the mandate of ruling the country or serving the people of the country. No. They have to come out of this. They have to understand the reality. The reality is that they are 233, less than 240 of the BJP, and less than the majority mark of 293 of the NDA. So they have to understand and appreciate that. I mean, they went to the extent of going to Nitish Babu's house saying that, oh, we will make you the Prime Minister. They were turned down because they are in that mind that, oh,
okay,
it's not the mandate
is this more about an
Modi
ego
ji,
clash?
It's not the mandate for
Anuma
NDA,
Acharya,
it's mandate for Rahul Gandhi.
sounds like it's more about an ego clash because, you know, just a couple of days ago also, the opposition did say that there should be humility as far as this government is concerned because they don't have that brute majority like they did the last time around. Where is that humility? Here BJP is saying the Congress believes it's won the elections. That's not the truth. It sounds more like an ego clash than anything else. Anuma Acharya.
Sneha, not at all. You can see that BJP spokesperson is on back foot when he talks about constitution because it was not us. It were BJP leaders during the general election 2024. They started talking about changing the constitution. We all know there was one Hegde, there was Arun Govil and many others. They spoke about changing constitution. So when we started talking about safeguarding the constitution, that came as a master stroke, but not originated by us. We are the people who follow constitution, but they are the people who wanted to destroy it. And therefore, today, the opposition is much stronger. And therefore, the BJP spokesperson is like Modi ji, who doesn't have any credibility, despite being world's biggest democracy's prime minister, because he himself is not democratic. He doesn't play he plays the politics of convenience, and he doesn't want any interference in that. And that is what we have to say. Whatever they are talking about, they only do not want any accountability. They do not want interference. And therefore, the opposition is united together. What are we asking? We are only asking.
You know, I also want to ask you this. Since you spoke about unity, you know, Anuma Acharya, since you spoke about unity, your alliance partner, at least the NCP, the Sharad Pawar faction is your alliance partner. Part of the India bloc has said that we weren't consulted. The Congress took a call as far as fielding K. Suresh is concerned. TMC, though not officially a part of the India bloc, but is still seen as a part of the opposition collective in Parliament, says that we weren't consulted either. So, you know, there is the problem on that front as well, Anuma Acharya.
Yeah, Sneha, the beauty of our alliance is this. We know how to live within our differences also. And wherein we are talking about constitution, we are talking about deputy speaker's post, BJP spokesperson goes back to democracy, then we will have to talk about Harsh Seymour, whose book, The Price of Power, about Mr. Morarji Desai, talks about his CIA connections.
No, Anuma Acharya. I also, you know, you also should answer this question. How was this decision taken?
Of Mr. George Fernandez also. And then emergency was out of the constitution's provision, for which whatever happened, whatever wrong had happened, Mrs. Gandhi during her lifetime, she has apologized from the country from the people of this country. So whereas BJP doesn't even apologize, last 10 years, this is an unannounced Hitler Shahi. Modi ji has become a Tanashah, but they do not want any interference. किसी का नाम अगर उमर खालिद है तो उसको उठा के जेल में डाल देना. This is what they have been doing, and we don't want this. We want a deputy speaker in the parliament so that the voice of of opposition is also
excellent.
heard.
You heard from the
unceremoniously taken out.
You heard from the Army Air Force background.
You know, Anuma Acharya, you
Shame
still
on
not
you.
answered my question on the lack of consensus.
Shame on you. Shame on you.
Shame on you, Mr.
RP Singh, what is the point that you are making?
Shame on you. You're talking about Umar Khalid. You're supporting Umar Khalid. You're supporting Umar Khalid. Shame on you. That you have a defense background. You come from a defense background and you support Umar Khalid.
You
support the traitors in this country. You support the traitors in this country.
Both of you,
This
please
shows
make
your
your points one
background.
by one.
This shows your new DNA. This shows your blood is over the blood. आपका खून खुद ही रहा पानी हो गया. शर्म आनी चाहिए. आप उमर खालिद को सपोर्ट कर रहे हैं. आप अपने आप को डिफेंस बैकग्राउंड से कहती हैं. आप अपने आप को
Anuma Acharya,
कितना कांग्रेस का छाप लग गया. कितना सोनिया गांधी और राहुल गांधी की छाप आपके खून पर लग गई कि आप उमर खालिद को सपोर्ट कर रही हैं.
Any democratic setup should
One
have
second,
a
this-
stronger opposition with the stronger
No, one
opposition
second.
voices
This can't be
in the
allowed.
parliament.
One second. Anuma Acharya, I just asked you about consensus. Since you spoke about unity also, but that question has not been answered. Just like RP Singh has not answered my question.
At the first
Yes.
go, I have replied your question that we know how to live. This is the beauty of our alliance, that we
Okay.
know how to live within ourselves
They'll
with
come
the
al-
differences.
TMC
still
and
be
NCP
together.
will come along.
Still we
Anuma Acharya
all of
mana
us
lenge.
want the post of deputy speaker for our opposition.
Is it differences
That
of dictatorship within the
remains
Congress
Okay.
and within the in India alliance?
I have already
No,
replied
this
that.
was something that was highlighted by the TMC and the
Is
NCP when asked these
dynastic,
questions.
It's all right.
it's a dynasty which is trying to rule the
It's
India
okay.
alliance also
It's
now.
like that. Sneha, despite that, we all are together. We will keep on asking about deputy speaker's post, and that is a requirement of our democracy.
Okay. RP Singh, I want to ask you, because today, just a while ago, you said,
I have a
who said
second?
election nahi ho raha? You said, who said? Humne to nahi kaha, election hoga. Deputy Speaker's election is going to be carried out eventually is what you're indicating. However, the sense that we got through the day is that the opposition is hugely suspicious of you. And maybe for the right reasons, because the last time around, there was no Deputy Speaker. RP Singh.
Well, is there a deputy speaker in Telangana and Jharkhand? Both are the Congress and the
You're talking about state assemblies. You're talking about state assemblies. You're talking about parliament. 17th Lok Sabha was very different from
How
what happened in the assemblies.
There is no democratic process in state assembly. State assemblies are from out of the world. They are not part of the country. Our state assembly is not part of the country. Our state assembly is not part of India. And let me name West Bengal, Tamil Nadu, Karnataka, Punjab, Delhi, Himachal. Where is the deputy speaker from the opposition in the states? Tell me one state where there are the ruling. So-called Indian alliance, I mean, whether they are Indian alliance or not, we don't know. But so-called Indian alliance parties are ruling the states. Where are the deputy speaker in the state?
No, you're comparing apples and oranges. There is the assembly on one hand, where both of you are citing examples. And RP Singh, my question is specific about what is the harm? Why not have a deputy speaker's position? The suspicion is that you're not going to allow it to happen. And that's where this this disgruntlement is stemming from. Rahul Gandhi's statement wherein he went on to say, कहते कुछ है, करते कुछ है. हमें call आना था, call नहीं आया. We were supposed to receive a call, and that commitment has not been, kept by this government. That is where the suspicion is arising from. RP Singh.
Well, did Rahul Gandhi made a call to Mamata Banerjee, Sharad Pawar and other alliance partners that we are going to pick up someone for the speaker post? No. K. Suresh as the speaker post? No. They don't have unity between themselves, and they are talking about call nahi aaya. They are talking about NDA part. I mean, let them be united at least in India alliance. They are not together in India alliance. What to talk about us? So. No, so it's a dynasty which is leading the Indi today also. It's a party, it's not a various political parties. It's one dynasty which is Gandhi dynasty, which is so-called Gandhi dynasty, sorry, not Gandhi, Gandhi dynasty which is trying to rule the India alliance also.
Please, Mr. RP Singh, please.
We will decide whatever we will decide. So,
okay. Anuma Acharya, Anuma Acharya, he's raised a question and...
Name was Feroz Jahangir Gandhi, not Gandhi.
Oh, is this India Today channel or something else?
Anuma Acharya, one moment. If you just leave that aside for a moment, if the pronunciation of a surname, can we just leave that aside for a moment?
You are ground to speak on a TV debate if you support Omar Khaled.
I do support the purpose, the reason, UAP.
You support Omar Khaled? Shame on you! Shame on you!
Just saying that
a wing commander, former wing commander of the Air Force, support Omar Khaled? So shame on you! You will support Yasin Malik! You will support Yasin Malik! You will support Burhan Wani! You will go and extend your support to
discussion is about the discussion is about the importance of the chair, of the speaker and the deputy speaker. You know, that RP Singh, let's not get there, please. My questions to both of you were very specific. What is the problem if there is a deputy speaker, RP Singh? And my question to Anuma Acharya was that because in politics and in life, optics matters. Today, the optics were as follows. The NDA collectively putting their weight behind Om Birla. However, when it came to K. Suresh, maybe a hurried decision, maybe an afterthought, maybe there could have been better planning on this one. But NCP, your key partner, was missing, and so was TMC from this decision. So the optics of this was that the NDA is together, but the India bloc isn't. Anuma Acharya, could this have been avoided as well?
Neha, that is what we are known for. We have different opinions, but we are together. We are together in asking for a deputy speaker. But look at the BJP spokesperson's language, where he's going. I am actually refraining myself from calling the most coward prime minister as most coward prime minister, and he doesn't want any interference. He doesn't want any answerability. Despite that, I see the BJP spokesperson.
Do Rahul Gandhi want interference? Do Congress want interference? They are not allowing Mamata Banerjee or Sharad Pawar to be taken on board. They are not taken Sharad Pawar and Mamata Banerjee on board by declaring a speaker candidate. So what are you talking about? Who's domestic?
All right. RP Singh, Anuma Acharya, there was in fact a couple of things that stood out today. One was that the TMC and the NCP were missing from the decision that was taken, perhaps hurriedly, by the Congress, essentially. Also, what really stood out and what stands out, and that's a question that remains to be answered, is whether, like the 17 Lok Sabha, will the 18 Lok Sabha get a deputy speaker, or will it be without a deputy speaker, just like the 17 Lok Sabha? We have to wait and watch what happens tomorrow and the days to come as far as these appointments are concerned. For the moment, I'm thanking you both for joining us with your perspective, RP Singh and Anuma Acharya, on that story that we are tracking. All right, let's now take a look at the top highlights of the MP's oath-taking ceremony in the Lok Sabha that continued today. Amid the emergency versus constitution debate raging in Parliament, Congress MP Rahul Gandhi took oath as a Rai Bareli MP with the constitution in hand. Rahul Gandhi roared Jai Hind, Jai Samvidhan during his oath.
I, Rahul Gandhi, having been elected a member of the House of the People, do solemnly affirm that I will bear true faith and allegiance to the Constitution of India as by law established, that I will uphold the sovereignty and integrity of India, and that I will faithfully discharge the duty upon which I am about to enter. Jai Hind, Jai Samvidhan.
Samajwadi Party Chief Akhilesh Yadav took oath as the MP from Kannauj. Like Rahul Gandhi, he also took oath waving the constitution in his hands.
कि मैं विधि द्वारा स्थापित भारत के संविधान के प्रति सच्ची श्रद्धा और निष्ठा रखूंगा। मैं भारत की प्रभुता और अखंडता को अक्षुण्ण रखूंगा तथा जिस पद को मैं ग्रहण करने वाला हूं उसके कर्तव्यों का श्रद्धापूर्वक निर्वहन करूंगा।
ईश्वर की शपथ लेती हूं।
Dimple Yadav took oath as a Samajwadi Party MP. She won the by-election held for Mainpuri parliamentary constituency, which was necessitated after the seat fell vacant owing to the passing away of her father-in-law, Mulayam Singh Yadav, the Samajwadi Party patriarch.
रखूंगी तथा जिस पद को मैं ग्रहण करने वाली हूं उसके कर्तव्यों का श्रद्धापूर्वक निर्वहन करूंगी। जय।
Bollywood star and Neta Hema Malini also took oath as the BJP's member of parliament today. The Neta has been representing Mathura constituency since 2014.
भारत के संविधान के प्रति सच्ची श्रद्धा और निष्ठा रखूंगी। मैं भारत की प्रभुता और अखंडता अक्षुण्ण रखूंगी तथा जिस पद को मैं ग्रहण करने वाली हूं उसके कर्तव्यों का श्रद्धापूर्वक निर्वहन करूंगी। जय श्री कृष्णा, जय श्री राधा रमन जी, जय भारत माता की।
In a fresh storm in Parliament while taking oath as MP, AIMIM chief Asad Uddin Owaisi raised the Jai Palestine slogan as part of his swearing in. This stoked a huge controversy with the BJP demanding action against the MP. Parliamentary Affairs Minister Kiren Rijiju says he will speak to the chair, while other BJP mantris have called his slogan unconstitutional. But the AIMIM chief is defiant. Owaisi defended his slogan, claiming nothing is wrong in what he said.
नहमदुहु व नुसल्ली अला रसूलिल करीम अम्मा बाद फ़ाऊज़ु बिल्लाहि मिनश शैतानिर रजीम बिस्मिल्लाहिर रहमानिर रहीम। मैं असदुद्दीन ओवैसी, जिसे लोकसभा का रुकन मुंतखब किया गया है, अल्लाह के नाम से हल्फ उठाता हूँ कि मैं भारत के आइन पर जो क़ानून के मुजब तय पाया है एतक़ाद रखूँगा, उसका वफ़ादार रहूँगा। मैं भारत के इक़्तिदार आला और सालिमियत को बरकरार रखूँगा और जिस ओहदे को मैं संभालने वाला हूँ इसके फ़राइज़ और वफ़ादारी से अंजाम दूँगा। जय भीम, जय मीम, जय तेलंगाना, जय फ़लस्तीन, तकबीर, अल्लाहु अकबर।
We have no any kind of enmity with Palestine or any other country. The only issue is while taking oath, is it proper for any honorable member to raise the slogan praising another country? We have no problem with any other countries, but whether it is appropriate or not, we will have to check the rules. Some members have come to me and complained about the raising of Palestine slogan at the end of the oath. We will see the rules first.
संसद में ओथ लेते वक्त जो जय पालस्तीनी के नाम पर जो स्लोगन दिया गया, ये बिल्कुल गलत है, कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन के खिलाफ है। एक तरफ कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन के नाम पर स्लोगन देते हुए दूसरा तरफ कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन के खिलाफ ये स्लोगन देना और भारत में रहकर पालस्तीना का गाना गाना बिल्कुल गलत है। आम जनता से अनुरोध करता हूं, ऐसे लोगों का जो रियल फेस मालूम पड़ते हैं।
All right, so now listening to what Owaisi has had to say on the storm over his Jai Palestine slogan.
उसको लेकर विरोध हो रहा है सर।
अभी देखिए जिन्होंने क्या क्या कहा नहीं कहा तो सब आपके सामने है, सब बोल रहे हैं, क्या क्या नहीं बोल रहे हैं। हम क्या बोले, हम जय भीम, जय मीम, जय तेलंगाना, जय फलस्तीन।
उन्होंने फलस्तीन पे ऑब्जेक्शन उठाया है सर बीजेपी।
कैसा खिलाफ है, कैसा खिलाफ है, कैसा खिलाफ है बताइए, बताओ कौन सा संविधान का प्रोविजन है।
अच्छा, तो आप कह रहे हैं आपने
अरे सबने क्या क्या कहा वो जो सुन लीजिए ना।
रिकॉर्ड हटाने की बात की जा रही है।
विरोध किया है जी किशन रेड्डी ने विरोध किया।
वो करते हैं उनको काम,
वो ये कह रहे हैं इसको रिकॉर्ड से हटाना चाहिए,
इसको रिकॉर्ड से हटाना चाहिए।
बोल दिया अब क्या है।
All right, so Asaduddin Owaisi, MP from Hyderabad, has raised this issue, saying that how was this unconstitutional? He made that statement while taking oath when he said Jai Bhim, Jai Telangana, Jai Palestine, Jai Meme. And this has been raised by a handful of members of parliament who in fact approached Kiren Rijiju, the Parliamentary Affairs Minister. Listening to what he said.
नहमदुहु व नुसल्ली अला रसूलिल करीम अम्मा बाद फ़ाऊज़ु बिल्लाहि मिनश शैतानिर रजीम बिस्मिल्लाहिर रहमानिर रहीम। मैं असदुद्दीन ओवैसी, जिसे लोकसभा का रुकन मुंतखब किया गया है, अल्लाह के नाम से हल्फ उठाता हूँ कि मैं भारत के आइन पर जो क़ानून के मुजब तय पाया है एतक़ाद रखूँगा, उसका वफ़ादार रहूँगा। मैं भारत के इक़्तिदार आला और सालिमियत को बरकरार रखूँगा और जिस ओहदे को मैं संभालने वाला हूँ इसके फ़राइज़ और वफ़ादारी से अंजाम दूँगा। जय भीम, जय मीम, जय तेलंगाना, जय फ़लस्तीन, तकबीर, अल्लाहु अकबर।
भारत में फिर कभी कोई ऐसी हिम्मत नहीं करेगा जो 50 साल पहले की गई थी।
इमरजेंसी के 50 साल हो रहे बोले तो तुम इमरजेंसी से विदाउट डिक्लेयरिंग इमरजेंसी यू आर डूइंग इट।
The emergency debate explodes. "49 years of emergency." Prime Minister Modi leads the charge against the Congress. On anniversary of emergency, BJP launches a tirade. heated social media campaign on emergency.
हमारी कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन लॉन्ग लिव, लॉन्ग लिव, लॉन्ग लिव, हमारी कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन लॉन्ग लिव.
Congress says undeclared emergency imposed by BJP. The war of words has exploded between the Congress and the BJP. The verbal volleys are over Prime Minister's remark on emergency. Slogans against the current dispensation were raised in Lok Sabha.
संविधान की रक्षा हम करेंगे.
Emergency versus safe constitution showdown is escalating. On the 50th anniversary of the emergency, Prime Minister Modi launched a scathing attack at the Congress. Recalling the dark days of emergency, Prime Minister said that today is a reminder of how the Congress party subverted basic freedoms and trampled over the constitution. Taking a jibe with the Congress, the Prime Minister said that the mindset of imposition of emergency was still alive in the party and that people of India can see through Congress's tokenism.
डेमोक्रेसी कोई वेस्टर्न वर्ल्ड की देन नहीं है, मदर ऑफ डेमोक्रेसी रही है तो वो भारत रही है. ऐसे प्रजातंत्र को का गला घोटने का काम कांग्रेस पार्टी ने किया, वो भी हमको ध्यान में रखना चाहिए. लेकिन हम सबको यह भी मालूम है कि देश उसके खिलाफ खड़ा हुआ और हम लोगों ने डट करके उसका विरोध किया.
कांग्रेस में चेहरे बदले होंगे, लेकिन उसका चरित्र, उसके हाव भाव आज भी वही हैं जो 1975 में एक बर्बर चेहरा उस समय में कांग्रेस पार्टी का देखने को मिला था.
100 बार यही बात बोलेंगे और इमरजेंसी के 50 साल हो रहे.
The Congress countered the Prime Minister's attack with undeclared emergency jibe. Congress President Kharge accused the BJP and the Modi government of toppling institutions and misusing central agencies.
हाल ही में नीट की एग्जाम की जो बात है, उसमें बच्चों का भविष्य बर्बाद करने का काम आपने किया है. क्यों जीएसटी जैसा कायदा लाकर आम आदमी को लूटा गया है और मुट्ठी भर लोगों को आपने फायदा दिलाया, इसका भी आत्मपरीक्षण हो. ये तो इमरजेंसी से भी भारी थे.
The opposition also raised undeclared emergency slogans in the parliament. The 21-month emergency imposed by Indira Gandhi in 1975 saw civil liberties suspended, opposition leaders and dissidents jailed, and censorship of press. Almost half a century later, it continues to be a flashpoint in Indian politics. Bureau Report, India Today.
All right, so what led to emergency 50 years ago? In the year 1971, Indira Gandhi won the Raebareli seat against Raj Narayan. However, Narayan alleged electoral malpractice by Indira. That was an allegation. Eventually, Indira Gandhi was held guilty and disqualified from Parliament. The High Court debarred Indira from holding an electoral post. In the year 1975, emergency was imposed due to some internal disturbances. So what happened during this period? How were the emergency years really like? Indira Gandhi was in power by a decree. Forced mass sterilizations during this period. We know of the censorship of press that is so spoken about even 50 years later. That happened at that point in time. Suspension of the constitutional rights, that's something that the country saw 50 years ago. Centralization of power with the Prime Minister at that point in time with Indira Gandhi was seen. And on the 49th anniversary of the imposition of emergency, Prime Minister Modi spoke about the dark days, talking about how Congress subverted basic freedoms and trampled over the constitution. Here's a special report giving you an idea about how Narendra Modi 50 years ago was involved with this movement against emergency and how he emerged as a leader during this period. Take a look. A war that is playing out in Parliament and outside, on social media. On the 49th anniversary of emergency, Prime Minister Narendra Modi is leading the charge against the Congress, speaking of the dark days of emergency. He also recalled his time during the difficult days when emergency was imposed when he was just 25 years of age. Not many know how Prime Minister Modi played an important role in the Rashtriya Swayamsevak Sangh's resistance against the emergency. Prime Minister Modi, a young RSS pracharak in 1975, not only swore by the constitution, but also managed to evade arrest and spread the anti-emergency message through different means. These excerpts from the personal diary of the Prime Minister speaks about the Nav Nirman movement. He described the emergency as an unexpected opportunity. Aapada mein afsar. With the Indira Gandhi government having imposed strict censorship on the press, Modi organized public readings of the Constitution in Gujarat and distributed other literature to inform the public about their rights and the excesses of the government. Modi devised a plan where the material and booklets would be kept at hair-cutting shops so that whoever would come there would get a chance to discreetly read or circulate the material. In 1974, Gujarat saw the rise of the Nav Nirman Andolan, led by students, as the state was stuck in a vicious cycle of inflation and government apathy. Modi became a prominent face of this protest. With his oratory skills and bond with the students, this worked. The movement forced the resignation of the Gujarat government and led to the dissolution of the state assembly, setting a precedent for an anti-Congress sentiment. In the aftermath, elections were held, resulting in the first non-Congress government in Gujarat with Babubhai J. Patel as the chief minister. This was the Janata Morcha Sarkar. Modi during this period also wrote a book called Sangharsh Ma Gujarat. He was entrusted with writing the book as he had been constantly on the ground serving the people, organizing dissemination of material. Another book, Aapatkal Ke Senani, Narendra Modi, A Journey of India's Dark Times and the Struggle for Democracy, was also published, highlighting Modi's efforts to spread the message of resistance during emergency. In New Delhi, Sneha Mordani for India Today TV. High Court is set to decide if Arvind Kejriwal, in fact, will be getting the bail. The Delhi High Court is pronouncing its verdict on the ED plea seeking stay on the Chief Minister's bail. In fact, that has happened, and the court has put on hold the trial court order granting bail, which means that the Delhi Chief Minister will continue to be in jail. The ED, remember, had approached the Delhi High Court seeking a stay on the bail order. The ED had opposed the bail, saying that Arvind Kejriwal is neck-deep money laundering and that he is the ultimate beneficiary of cash generated through the liquor scam. Arvind Kejriwal has said that ED has no proof of its claims and a false case is being cooked against him.
कोर्ट का जो भी निर्णय होगा हम उसका स्वागत करेंगे। हमारा एकमात्र स्टैंड है, भ्रष्टाचारी को बचना नहीं चाहिए और जो ईमानदार है उसको फंसना नहीं चाहिए।
जब जब अरविंद केजरीवाल जी को जमानत मिलती है या कुछ राहत मिलती है तब तो न्यायालय बहुत अच्छा हो जाता है। जब उनकी
All right, we'll continue to track those details very closely. That also brings us to the end of this edition.